Thank you for staying still on the CBN, former CBN governor's suspension. We're still staying on the story, and I'm being joined live now by an economist and lawyer, Olaoluwa Bankole. The CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, has been suspended. Considering the issues surrounding him, did you see this coming?
Well, thank you very much for having me. Well, it is not unexpected, and what is very important is that by May 29 this year, administration headed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and as it is, the running of the administration of this country is largely upon him, and it's already in the public domain. A series of allegations are levied against the suspended CBN governor. And so I think it's also lie within the power of the president to examine the veracity of the offense and actually do something. And I think that is what has happened now. I'm happy that you said the suspended CBN governor. It needs to be made clear to all and sundry that the man technically has not been removed. He's only on suspension. And if, at the end of the day, if it is proven that those allegations levied against him are not correct, I think he still have the chance of coming back to his office. I'm aware that you read from provision of Section 11 of the Central Bank Act 2007, which provides for the basis for cessation of office of the CBN governor. Of course, it has to be supported by 2/3 of the Senate. And so what we have now is just a sort of a disciplinary measure which the president has exercised by suspending him. So I trust that if it is for the man to be removed totally, then the law has to be followed to the letter, which is that 2/3 member of the Senate will have to sanction such removal. But as it is now, we all need to appreciate the fact that what we have now is a suspension. And like I said, if at the end of the day, the president is convinced that the allegation against him is not correct, the man can still regain his office. So he has not been removed. He is merely on suspension.
All right, Mr. Bankole, quite a lot has been said about his suspension. Now, what impact do you think this would have on the economy?
Okay, thank you very much. You know, all over the world, the position of CBN is such a sensitive position that whoever is holding that position has to be very, very conscious of the fact that it's very, very sensitive position. And evidently, whenever anything happens in that office, the economy will want to, in a way, respond to it. In this case now, it is possible that the economy could react negatively. In this case, we may have some drop in the value of Naira because of uncertainty. Investors generally like economy that is very where things are certain. Now that a central bank governor is on suspension, so you should expect that a businessman, investor, one way or the other, they will be apprehensive about what will happen. Is it going to be removed eventually, or who is going to be the next CBN governor? What is the policy such a occupant of that office will be bringing to the table? So these are some of those things that will affect the economy in a way. However, in the long run, everything will take shape. But we have to appreciate the fact that when there is a sort of uncertainty in a sensitive position as CBN, the economy will definitely react negatively. However, if the situation is managed properly, you can see the economy moving back on an upward trajectory. And this is one of the reasons where whoever is occupying that position of Central Bank of Nigeria has to be above board.
Well, talking about the investors, what do you think the government needs to do to restore their confidence now that it's on suspension?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm aware that the man that has been instructed to be acting for the central bank governor was formerly the director of operations. So he's also a top member of Emefiele dispensation in the CBN. So I am not expecting this sort of a negative reaction to drag on for long. But of course, the government has a duty to restore the investor confidence in our financial system. And so whatever government do in the day ahead will actually prove whether we will have our economy will rebound or not. So government has to also to be very, very careful about the way and manner the situation is handled.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us, Mr. Bankole, an economist and lawyer.